It's that time of the year again, and Samsung always announces a new pair of truly wireless earbuds alongside the Samsung Galaxy S series of smartphones. And this year is no different. So we have the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro with us, and it is actually quite surprising to know that a lot of people are looking forward to this pair of true wireless earbuds. And I've been using this thing for about 2 weeks right now, actually, and all of through the Lunar New Year. And because it's a super noisy festival, here is what we have to share with you. So let's start off with the box first. The entire shape and size of this box is entirely the same as the Galaxy Buds Live that I have here. And of course, the packaging here is different in terms of its printing and all of its information and whatnot. But opening up the lid, we can see everything is laid out exactly the same as well. Documentation on the lid. And then here is the bud itself. And then there's another accessories compartment here, which is slotted at the bottom of the buds compartment. So that's all about the box. Let's just put this aside. And the Galaxy Buds Pro also uses the exact same case design, shape and size as the Samsung Galaxy Buds Live, which means all of your protective shells from the Samsung Galaxy Buds Live will also fit on the Galaxy Buds Pro. However, I don't see a reason to cover it up because all three colors of the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro is now in this matte finish just like their phones, which I think is a much better choice compared to the Galaxy Buds Live, whereby only the bronze color is in the matte color, which I think is weird. But anyway, this is the violet color that we have here, and it looks amazing. And opening up the case, this is where we can see the biggest improvement in terms of quality of life changes. And Samsung, you guys made this hinge to be so nice because now it springs up really nicely, and then when you open up to a certain degree, it will snap up instead, which is really nice compared to the Galaxy Buds Live, whereby the case will just open it at a certain degree and then it got stiff all across the angles that it can open to. Well, it might seem like a minor change, but it's a really nice improvement to have. And of course, inside the case, it's entirely different because the buds themselves are different in shape. No more are the bins, and we are now back to a more typically designed Samsung Galaxy Buds Plus type of design instead. And the Galaxy Buds Pro also has more or less the same design language as the Buds Live. As you can see here, it has a shiny metal piece that's facing outside your ear, and then facing inside your ear is this plastic housing. And in terms of design, I'm okay with it because I'm already okay with the Samsung Galaxy Buds Plus design from a year ago, so there's no problems here too. And as for the amount of ports, it's still the usual. You've got a lot of proximity sensors here and also a lot of speaker ports and microphones and whatnot. But what's new here is actually the ear tip. They have changed the ear tip. So it is now much softer in terms of its silicone quality and rigidity, and it means that you can fit into your ear and also put it inside your ear canal without any strain or anything similar. And on top of that, it is also using this oblong shaped ear tip to provide a much better seal around your ear because your ear canal is not exactly round in shape. And also, every single ear tip now comes with a pre-installed mesh to prevent any of your earwax from going inside the speaker port, I presume. And of course, inside this accessories box, when you open it up, you will get your USB Type A to Type C cable alongside with yet another tiny little box here, which houses two more different sizes of ear tips. This is sizes S and L, whereby the pre-installed ear tip is in the M size, which is just something that is commonly found in this type of true wireless earbuds nowadays. And like we mentioned earlier, the ear tips are now very soft, so I didn't actually have to change to any other sizes of ear tips, even though usually I have to use the S size, but this time around I don't have to, and I can just fit in my ear easily and comfortably as well. Now, pairing the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro with the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra that I'm using here is of course as simple as ever, and I downloaded the Samsung Galaxy Wearable app and then connected it, and then a whole list of options and features become available for customization. And we'll start off with the biggest feature yet, which is ANC. Samsung finally got around to make a pair of truly wireless earbuds that have proper ANC that works as intended. I mean, once it's fitted into my ear and ANC is turned on, the whole world around me disappears. And let me share my story with you guys. My neighborhood is super noisy, and during the Lunar New Year, there were a lot of kids around my neighborhood. So they were playing on the streets, they were screaming all about. They are also playing firecrackers, all of those stuff. It's just really noisy, and they start to play it at around 1 or 2 in the morning, and it can last for an hour or more, which is just annoying. But hey, it's the perfect opportunity to test the ANC out, right? So the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro's ANC works pretty well. I did not expect it to cut off all of the firecrackers and fireworks that's going on right outside my street, but it did cut a large majority of it out. I can no longer hear the kids screaming, and all of the firecrackers and whatnot becomes just little pops that I can hear through the earbuds. Well, at least those firecrackers that catch me off guard will not give me a heart attack, which is a positive point to make actually. And looking back at the Samsung Galaxy Wearables app, there's an option to tune your ANC level to low or high, and from what I've tested, it did make a difference, but it's generally unnoticeable. In a completely silent room, you can hear that the air pressure that's inside your ear to go tighter a bit when it's high, and also a bit looser when it's at low ANC level, if that makes sense. There's also a brand new option called Voice Detect, whereby if you speak for a second, then it will automatically switch from ANC to ambient sound mode until you stop speaking for 5 seconds. This feature actually works well and rather important as well, because you want to listen to yourself while you're wearing those earbuds, so you can control your level while you speak to other people. And then you can also customize what action it should do when you touch and hold either of the earbuds. By default, you can hold and then it will toggle between ANC and also ambient mode. It doesn't go through the option of turning both of those options off, which I find it to be pretty weird, but of course you can customize it to do some other things in this menu as well. And of course there are also some other gestures that are pre-included. They are not configurable. For example, you can tap once on either earbuds to play or pause your music, double tap to go to the next track, and then triple tap to go to the previous track. The sound quality that's coming off of the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro is actually pretty good by default. The frequency ranges do not mix and muddle with each other, so you got really clear bass, mids, vocals, and highs as well. And remember, all these are just right out of the box when you just connect it to your app and then start playing music. And I should also mention that the Equalizer in the Samsung Wearables app is now slightly different in terms of its user experience and UI. I mean, you can now change from all of the different EQs just like before, and I also changed it to dynamic because on the previous generations of Samsung True Wireless earbuds, the dynamic EQ makes the most difference and also sounds the best. But this time around though, switching between normal and dynamic EQ doesn't actually make that much of a difference. But here's a tip for you. If you're using a Samsung phone like I am, you can head into the settings menu, find this option called Dolby Atmos, and then just enable it and set it to auto. And then you can hear the music change by a lot. Suddenly everything feels just so much more powerful through the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro, and it might be fatiguing over a long period of time, but it surely is enjoyable during that time. Okay, now back to the Galaxy Wearables app. Now we have a brand new option called the Seamless Earbud Connection, which is only truly seamless if you have two Samsung devices connected to the exact same Samsung account. For non-Samsung device users though, the multi-device feature here still works, but it's not that seamless because you need to enter pairing mode, connect to one device, then enter pairing mode again, connect to another device, and then you can manually tap to pair the Galaxy Buds Pro manually each time you want to switch device. I mean, it's just not seamless. Given that Samsung has done so many partnerships with Microsoft, I would kind of expect them to have this seamless connection feature to work with Windows 10 as well. Perhaps in the future, but that is truly something that I really want to see happening because currently I have a desktop, my phone and I would really want to switch between those two devices on the fly instead of switching between a Samsung smartphone with another Samsung smartphone or maybe another Samsung tablet. And then there's also the brand new 360 audio feature, which kind of creates a virtual soundstage, I think. I don't know how to explain this, but for example, if I'm watching a YouTube video, because the app is supported, if I hold it like this and then I turn my head around, then the audio will shift to only my right side, because the virtual soundstage will make the phone to be the source of the audio direction. So if I turn my head like this, then only my right side will hear the sound but not my left, and that's how the 360 audio works. Not too sure if anyone will use this because it's kind of like a reverse orchestra stage kind of situation going on, but it's something fun to play with. And then in the wearables app, you also have the labs menu here, which inside you can find the option to enable gaming mode. And this is actually the same situation as the Samsung Galaxy Buds Plus before. And without gaming mode, the audio latency is slightly higher, but if you enable gaming mode, the audio latency is slightly lower, but it's still not close enough for playing games like PUBG Mobile, for example. You can still hear that noticeable delay between when you hit the firing button and when you can hear it back in your ear. Which is why it's still parked under the labs menu, because this feature is still under development and it's still not ready for prime time. And before I forget, here's a microphone sample of the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro. There are dogs barking outside. Here's how the microphone of the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro sounds like. I think it sounds pretty bassy as per what we have discovered in our previous video, where we talk about the Samsung Galaxy S21's battery charging issue. I think I'll leave it up at the top right corner there if you want to check that out. Part of that video is also recorded only with the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro's microphone. And then the battery life of the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro. I have to say, the battery life here is surprisingly good. I got around 7 to 7.5 hours with ANC and ambient mode both turned off at about medium level of volume, and it's pretty good. With ANC turned on, I got about 5 hours, which I would still say it's pretty good for a pair of true wireless earbuds like this. And the case will also provide about another 4 charges or so, so you get like about 20 something hours worth of playtime within a single charge, which is amazing. And to charge the Galaxy Buds Pro, like usual, there's a Type-C port at the back, but you can also use wireless charging if you want to. And the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro is also IPX7 rated, so you can take these buds, wear them, go take a shower, come back out, and it still works without an issue as well. And as far as I know, this is the most water-resistant pair of Galaxy earbuds ever. But do keep in mind that the charging case is not water-resistant. So at the end of the day, do I recommend you to get the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro? Well, for the price of 799 ringgit officially, I would say that its price is really competitive compared to other premium true wireless earbuds in the market right now. For example, the Jabra Elite 75T or maybe the Apple AirPods Pro. So yeah, the Galaxy Buds Pro sounds good, the ANC works great, the Samsung integration with its own ecosystem is good, even though I do wish to see it work with other devices, most importantly Windows 10 laptops or desktops. I mean, it's a valid feedback, I think, because Samsung, you do have a lot of partnerships with Microsoft, so push this forward, please. And I also think that since the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro is using the exact same case as the Buds Live, which means that if you pick up the Buds Pro now, you can customize it to look however you want. And yeah, that's all we have to share with you about the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro. I think I'll be switching to this as my pair of daily wearing true wireless earbuds because it's just really good. And yeah, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below, and we'll see you in the next video.